Um, what's up, everybody? I'm just waiting for people to come in. It's kind of unscheduled. Well, it was scheduled, but I was on an important call, so I was trying to get that out the way. So this live is going to be a little bit different than what is normally done. I wonder if anyone has seen the live today that Umar did. Um, it was interesting. Let me tell y'all what happened today. So a lot of stuff has happened today. I really needed to do this live to get my mind off of some things, especially where work is concerned. So this is kind of not decompressing, but it is kind of diverting my attention. So today I got a text message from a Google phone number, and it was pretty hopeful. It was pretty hopeful. I will say that. Um, I'm gonna just see how the next day, couple of days, like play out. Maybe a week plays out, but we might have some good news in respect to which way this is going as far as with Umar. So the live that he did today, I can honestly say he is getting back to the fundamentals of like why he came out. I was shocked. I wasn't impressed, but I was shocked. It was a different tone. It was on business. There was some BS mixed in there, but for the most part, it was on business. So, what I wanted to talk about, hey, Yogi, hey, I think we're gonna be okay, but man the ground. So, um, so today I wanted to talk about something a little bit different. It does have to do with Omar, of course. I don't know if anybody's called Flacco's show. This was something that I was aware of. The issue with him being threatened and ran up on with the gun. Um, I know that AX has brought that out before and talked about that, but she didn't go into depth. And I would tell anybody to take care of themselves. I have to show this clip though, so that we can talk about what I want to talk about. Trust me, if I can do it, you can do it. Just take care of yourself. If you don't like Placo, oh my God, don't tell him I said that. Poetic Placo, then that's where we're going today. Don't watch, maybe just sit this one out. But uh-oh, we're gonna bring this up because this is something I definitely, and I have to be able to do some things, some people may not like or care. So he's gonna go into what happened with him being in this sector, and talk about that part of it. I don't really want to go off into that, but it's part of his show. And I want to talk about, yeah, he used to. He used to be a big, but he's gonna talk all about that. He's also, I'm aware that some things have been happening and said, and what I can do is do the best that I can. I've been pretty much respectful of about who offends other people. Try not to showcase them too much, but I do want you guys to get this story. Um, and I don't want to have to say that it came from me because that seems to agitate people. Now, I will fill in some blanks because I know one of the people that are sitting up on this panel of the clip they're going to show. I've talked to them before, and yeah, we'll go from there. But let's watch this just a little bit, or however much we need to. We're going to go into this, and yeah, and then I'll bring y'all up to speed with what I'm going to be talking about because it's all going to fit together. Okay.
His life over this school scam, according to a man who claimed he witnessed a gentleman pull up with a pistol to a church for Umar Johnson. We'll get back to the video shortly, but I wanted to let you guys know this video is being...
I'll fill in whatever he doesn't, but I haven't really watched all of this because I've had a lot of stuff going on today, y'all. But I got a notice that this was up, and I wanted to cover it. So we're gonna have to go through it. So one here we'll go.
What did she do? She did something bad. Hold on just a second. I'm gonna back it up. I got to back it up so you can see it all.
Okay. Let's move this up here. I hate this thing. Let me know if you guys can't hear or something, because something was streamed. I was gonna do restream for going on out, but I kind of got used to StreamYard, so I've been using it.
Umar Johnson almost lost his life over this school scam, according to a man who claimed he witnessed a gentleman pull up with a pistol to a church for Umar Johnson. We'll get back to the video shortly, but I wanted to let you guys know this video is being sponsored by Cal Be Everyday Beef. It happened a couple of years ago, but the reason why we're hearing about it now is because, like the man who documented this is apparently dropping a documentary on Dr. Umar Johnson's school scam, and he's releasing footage from that day.
Okay, so the Umar Johnson
documentary.
Man. Yeah, he's not.
One day, me and a friend of mine.
Okay, y'all can hear good.
Me and a friend of mine named Anissa, right? We're just randomly walking on 8th Avenue, and we seen like people marching. They being, when you march, you get the police escort, and I'm into Marcus Garvey. So I see the Garvey flag. I got the Garvey. I said, no, this is cool. I'm following them. Got the Garvey flag out. I'm Garvey. They going to church on 127 on Adam Clayton Powell. Then we go to church now. We see Dr. Umar. I'm like, oh, that's Umar. She said, who's that? I said, you don't know Dr. Umar? Dr. Umar is that? Then they hit her like, oh, yeah, I know. She don't really know, but I know more about it because of school. So I'm not there to do no Umar documentary or nothing. I'm just there fascinated by Umar. And I know he said about the school, and I know it's taking time, and I heard certain things. So in that church on 127, when you go...
Let me pause it right here because I don't think he's going to tell. There's a girl that is with Umar as well, okay? So she is basically responsible for, if you want to say, protecting Umar. So she basically pushes him back inside of the church, slams the door. That's how it de-escalated. But let's keep going. See what he tells.
When it's a hallway and it's a door here, you go in, and a door here to go in the church to sit down. In between the doors is a hallway.
It's a foyer.
We sat down and we heard, nigga, what happened to the school? What's up with the school? And Umar didn't say anything. We just heard this man saying, nigga, what's up to school? And all of a sudden now, guy pulls out the gun. Cause we heard there was 3.
No, this isn't recent. This has happened a while back. This has happened. This is probably about maybe 2000, 2001. So
Garveyite woman there. And they said, no, brother, don't do it, brother.
This is obviously no laughing matter. If we believe Umar Johnson is scamming, we should be pushing for Umar Johnson to go to jail, not for somebody to shoot and kill Umar Johnson in the middle of a church. So clearly, all right, we have that stance out there so nobody can misconstrue what I'm about to say. Now, this just goes to show people have been onto Umar Johnson for 5+ years now, because this incident apparently happened 4 or 5 years ago.
they've been on to him longer, way longer. Like, this is not the only incident. But I'm gonna let him tell the story. I'm gonna fill in the gaps because people don't like when I talk. They think I want to be the Umar whisperer. Hold on.
Where somebody pulled up on him for running and perpetuating this school scam. Now, it was unclear the exact reason. Because if they pulled up on Umar Johnson because they donated money to the school and they feel hoodwinked and violated and taken advantage of and scammed, and they want to take justice into their own hands, that's one thing. But it's hard for me to believe that somebody pulled up on Umar Johnson looking for that smoke because they donated. I don't think anybody is dumb enough to donate $5, $10, $20,000 to Umar Johnson.
But we know that they had. And I wouldn't say dumb enough. I would just say people believed in the vision. I won't say that it's dumb. I don't think that people are dumb for believing in him or any of that. I think that people get excited, by the hopes of this school. Because remember, this is what got me into the space for taking care of his mom. We were under the impression that this was a real thing. This is really going to happen. This is really going to happen.
Something so substantial that they're willing to go to jail for a very long time over. I think the more logical conclusion here is the same thing that happened with Don. If you guys don't know who Don is, Don actually sued Umar Johnson and won in court. But Umar Johnson, apparently, I became his enemy because of this Don situation, okay? So when I was a small YouTuber, my guy called TCTV, he interviewed this guy called Don. Don was a homeless guy in Philadelphia. Now, Don did work on the school for Umar Johnson. Umar Johnson recruited Don to come and do work in the school. Now, Umar Johnson even allowed Don to sleep in the school, which was highly illegal. But Umar Johnson offered to pay Don, I believe, like $1,000 a month to do all type of handiwork in the school, right, for hours on end a day. Imagine doing 40 hours of work, right, per week for $1,000 a month. But Umar Johnson was taking advantage of this homeless guy. Now, when it was time to pay Don the $1,000, Umar Johnson gave Don like probably a 10% of it or 20% of it, and Don felt highly.
Let's also make it very clear that, and this is why I said knowledge of Umar's personality will tell you a whole lot. He didn't pay Don because Don won. That's the whole thing, because he won that court date. He won. That's why he didn't pay it. Umar could have been paid him and would have paid him had it been under different pretenses, if that makes any sense. His ego, when Umar's ego takes a bruise, you don't get the best him. You don't get a Umar that is going to be compliant. That's going to be, because even when we were in court, when the judge was like pretty much confused and you couldn't explain things correctly, she was basically like, you know what, I don't understand. And she was gathering up the information. Umar's whole vibe changed. He was in there, he was, his whole vibe changed. I don't even know how to, he was really animated. He was, oh yes, absolutely, absolutely. Like, it was a completely different vibe than when he walked in. It was a completely different vibe from the first, because remember, he came here twice to go to court. So the first time he walked into court, he was not the same as when he started to see that this was, I'm gonna have to come come back to this. So when he had to come back in December the 3rd, okay, so the first time we were at court, the very first date, he was playing with them. He was like, oh, I'm gonna be in here, I'm going out of the country here. When they were like, well, just pick a date, you know, so we could get this basically on show on the road. And then he went off, he left the courtroom, he went off to do his thing in Texas, okay? But when he came back the second time, he was moody the first time. When he came back the second time, he felt like he was winning because of the confusion with, you know, me thinking that she was going to take and read the information in the back and not say what she said out in the courtroom. Can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me now? Can you hear me? Hates the StreamYard. Okay, where did y'all hear? Where did you stop hearing? Because I don't want to back all the way up. So basically, instead of going through all of that, there was a completely different vibe with Umar once he started winning. He got animated, he was happy, you know, he was very compliant, you know. Okay, great. I just want to make sure y'all heard everything. But yeah, just different him. He was, you know, the court system wasn't so bad for Black people on that day. I was like tired. I was ready to get the hell up out of there. So whatever. But when Don won that money, that is why Umar did not pay him. It's kind of like a temper tantrum, like being spiteful. He didn't give him the money because he's just spiteful. Remember, this man is the same man that walked into the bookstore up in New Jersey and just dropped 200. Just in their own, like, you know, little rinky dink things. He wouldn't have had any problem and had the money in order to pay Don a few times over. If y'all knew what his child support had built up to, he paid that out all at once. So paying Don, it had everything to do with making him, knowing that that man depended on the money and making him wait. And I'm trying to find the clip where he sent me about him and Don. Oh, but let's keep playing this and I'll see if I can find where Umar texted me about this. Yeah, because he does mean shit. Like stuff you don't have to do. Like it would have been no thing if I would have worked for him and I got snippy, even though I didn't charge him to take care of his mother, he just paid me what he wanted me to have. He would have just been like, okay, you gotta go and then I'll pay you when you get back to Kansas City. That wouldn't have been like really that big of like a blow to me because that's just how he is. That's his personality. This is the person that's recording. This is the okay. He's saying it. And the girl, when he was recording, the girl that was there was like, no, don't record, don't put this up on social media. She another thing, like what we saw over there on Storm, the girl Dingy jumps in front of this Umar and the gun. Wait till y'all figure out who this girl is. She jumps between Umar, this man. I mean, these is two about the same size guys from the story that I heard. If they about, and she's a tiny woman, what are you going to do? What are you going to be stopping? You're not going to be stopping anything. And women coddling, protecting, that's what it is. And then he pulls out the gun, and it's a whole different story. That's why she pushed him in the church and shut the door. Yep. None of his security, he, was out there. His brother was doing. Oh, sorry. Hold on, sorry. Can y'all see it now? Oh my gosh.
He's saying this is the brother who's pulling out the gun.
Dude, pull out the gun on Umar.
Can't be no hypocrite.
The door. Remember, there's a door here.
You should work for TMZ.
And a door here. I was happy.
I'm trying to get you back to the very beginning.
Me and I gotta get that. I jumped up. So I'm recording, running to the door. Remember, there's a door here.
You should work for TMZ.
And a door here.
That's what it sounds like, a TMZ moment.
Yeah, he wanted that.
Umar is like, yo, brother, why we gotta do that, brother? This and that. As we going, because we way in the front and we could hear it.
And he's saying this is the brother who's pulling out the gun.
Dude pull out the gun on Umar and blow his head off. And all I see is the dude, the three Garvey-eyed women in between Umar and the shooter. And so he panicked because they're in the way. He gonna have to shoot them too. So by the time we got to the door, I seen the crack of the door, I could see. By the time we got there, he runs off. Umar now comes on the stage, and Umar's telling everybody what the noise was about. And Umar's saying, I gotta move different. I almost lost my life. This and that, this and that. So now years go by now. I know there ain't no school.
And this is what started you doing the Umar.
Right. Because he almost died. Homie came. And then.
So is this Umar documentary?
This was recent.
Finished?
This wasn't even.
Something that has nothing to do with the mission.
This was probably like, I'm going to tell you what year this was. This wasn't that long. This was probably like 5 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Or
2020?
5 years ago. This was around like before COVID.
Okay, so 2019?
Yeah, around there. So look now.
If that incident happened today, the reaction will be a whole lot different than the reaction from 5 years ago. That's just
he has a strong following now, like people that are really like sheep go over the edge about him, but today this is where I don't understand a whole lot of the theatrics from others. Today it's not like that, not even for the people that have been there from the very beginning. That's what I said. Things will never go back to the way they was.
The fact. Because 5 years ago, for the most part, Umar Johnson would be a martyr. Oh my God, why are you trying to do that to the brother? The brother is building. Because at the time, people weren't really hip to the scam like that. In 2026, that happened. It's bad to say now, but it would be, man. Hey, man. Man, don't be playing with folks' money, Umar. Hey, man, see, we try to warn you, Umar. That would be the reaction if something would have happened to Umar Johnson in 2026. Now, the brother moves on and talks about the school. Now, I seen a footage he's about to discuss, but I didn't know it was his footage. So he's about to discuss how, he's gone to the school a couple of times. He's gone and gotten footage from the school. He would even claim that He has went to the school as recently as this week, a couple of days ago. And when Umar Johnson talks about how the renovation is done, how the school looks amazing, the brother would claim that's false because he's went to the school as recently as this week. And what he saw is not a finished school. What he saw is a school that needs a hell of a lot more work.
On Frederick Douglass's birthday,
I figured that the school wasn't done. I knew that.
we completed the renovations at FDMG, so we completely done. We just
the school is done.
The school is done.
He's learned where this FDMG thing is when donations and basically like morale drops. He's learned that he can basically tell people that the school like is done, or not even if not done, like, oh, we only got one more thing. Like, we just have to put the lock on the gym door and we're done. We can start applying for the certificate of occupancy. He's learned that will like push donations. Like, people will get, because we're emotional spenders and as Black folks, and we'll start spending like crazy. So that's how he gets donations. So if he has something coming up, like, oh, I don't know, like child support, or I won't say that because that's saying that he's commingling. Let's say like he wants to, repair something in the school and it's going to take a good amount of money, then he'll push that, oh, everything's done. And then, people start to push them donations in. That's my guess. And I have that right to make that.
Congratulations.
We're just trying to get an inspection now.
You know what I find interesting, Dr. Umar? People like to say you a scammer, right? And I say Dr. Umar has the school. The school is
I
there.
don't mind the allegations,
I've
but
seen
show
the
proof.
renovations. But the school is there. They can't say you didn't use the money
for 7
to
years.
buy the building, to renovate it, and all of that type of stuff. But I have heard people say he'll never get accreditation.
Well, here's the thing. You don't need accreditation.
Years go by, no school, no school. So what I said was, I want to really see what's going on with this school. So that's when I booked the ticket, go to Wilmington, and I did the whole video forensics on the school, and it went viral.
Okay.
So where,
And this is the school where Umar.
right, the top tier dudes on Umar is only one guy. He's the king of the Umar, anything with Umar. That's Leonard Horner. A guy named Leonard Horner. He's like the TMZ of tracking Umar everything. He put my footage up too because of the way I did it.
Okay.
2 other people went, but the way I did it was different. And that's when people really saw the devastation. That, okay, this is
And
a game.
this is current. This is something you have
This
out
is current.
currently.
So I said, I said, oh, you know what? I'm gonna do the Umar documentary because I got the footage from the church. So
How come you never thought to do a Diddy documentary? Do you
Diddy-
think now you should have?
Diddy,
You see what's happening
Well,
now?
50 beat him to that one.
so
Clearly.
So, all right. So we're gonna cut this
Yeah.
short. We gotta get to the point factors here because we're
Yeah.
gonna have to cut short.
So put it like this: my Umar footage made Umar showed up at the school recently when you saw him recently
Wow.
because it went viral, and then I went back again, and it went viral again
Okay.
because I did the follow up to see if
So you
Umar,
have a relationship
when
with
Umar
Umar?
saw
Are
the
you
video-
guys?
no. When Umar saw the video, he knew he had to go do PR, and he said, "Oh, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna fix it. I'm gonna fix that." So I gave him a chance. So I went back like a month ago.
Did you ever
Umar
try to
ain't
reach
fixing
out? Did you ever try to reach out to him? Maybe.
He's not gonna
Nah,
hear
he
from
not gonna
him.
respond to me.
So you're okay because you kept putting him out
Because
there.
I know the truth now. You
Yeah.
really
Okay.
you
So
really chucking and jiving. You
What you
didn't
say
do
you
nothing
are.
for the school.
Obviously, I disavow all violence against Umar Johnson and anyone for that matter. But if you're Umar Johnson, you have to ask yourself, is this really the best way to keep myself safe? Right? To keep giving people the runaround? Think about it for a second, man. Is it really the best?
I want people to think about this for those that think everybody wants to get on this and clout chasing. Think about how safe or how disliked possibly I am by people that don't like. I'm not talking about these people on YouTube. I'm talking about like elders or not even elders, like people that Umar has worked with in the past. Like there are people that have come into my DMs and be upset with me because of just I knew him, thinking that I knew him back in these times when I never knew Umar back then. I'm not like a Sharon or a Tiff the Griff or Ann or any of that. I didn't know him during those times. I wasn't on his advisory. I wasn't part of the queendom. None of that. I didn't know anything about these things, but people are still hateful of you because you went into that. Like I went in and dealt with him knowing or they're thinking I knew how he was. I didn't know anything about it. I didn't know anything about it. So they can be upset with you and you didn't know, you weren't even on the scene then. Hey, Anti, sorry, we're hey Cheerios. So yeah, so this is nothing to be clout chasing or oh she just wants attention. It doesn't garner the right attention. For all of the love, you probably get maybe a little bit of hate, and the little bit of the hate, it does stay with you. It stays with you because you don't have, there are people that drop stuff off in your DM and just don't give you a chance to respond. They're still out here running around promoting that you knew, or I don't understand why she's complaining about it right now because you still slept with him. I didn't learn the timeline, please. I did not know what he was until I got to that house. And I still thought that the school was possible inside of the house. I just thought that he let go of that agency. Then it was, on me to kind of get things up and going so that he could find a new agency or a new home health aide. But people don't follow, they lead with emotion, they don't follow the storyline. So I'll talk about how bad the house was. Well, you still slept with. No, I didn't know that stuff then. So it's very, very hard to be in this space. It's really, and it's not something that like those girls booked, the young women that came out and then they took off. Yeah, this isn't some place that you want to sit in and garner attention from. It's a delusion. It's a delusion mostly pushed by people that are in online to get attention. Like they want attention off of the story, or they think Umar is something that he's not. But there's no good that's going to come from it. Even being in that house, and I told people when he doxed my phone number, people wanted the address. I was like, I'm not giving out his address because his mother's in there. You don't understand. I'm just going to go up and I'm going to talk to him because of this, because of that. I get it. I understand, but I can't give out that man's address. So
best way for myself to keep taking people's money and keep giving them the runaround for this passion project is probably never going to come into fruition. If you're Umar Johnson, right, and you really got to sit down with yourself and think, man, I'm giving these people hope. I'm telling them I'm going to save their black boys. I'm going to save their black sons. I'm going to give their sons a second chance at life with my education. With this education, I'm going to give them, right? If your son is a troubled kid, got ADHD, he's diagnosed, he can't function in regular schools, and you just want a way for your kid to live a normal life, Umar Johnson is promising you he's about to change your kid's life. And you are pouring as much money as you have to offer into it so he can get the school open up fast. So hopefully your kid can go to high school with Umar Johnson and have a normal life and get put down on a better path. you have all your hopes, and Umar Johnson tell you, I'm opening up April 2nd, 2021. 2021 comes, it doesn't open up. I'm opening up September 2nd, 2023. It doesn't come. Your son graduates. Now imagine the level of fury you're gonna feel after 5, 6, 7 years go by, and your kid who was once, I don't know, like an elementary schooler who was once, let's say, in like the 6th grade, 7 years go by, he's now a freshman in college, and you donated all that money to Umar Johnson for no reason. You would feel fury. If you're Umar Johnson, man, you gotta be careful, bro, because people ain't playing with their money, man. But let me know in the comment section, what do you guys think about this? And if you're still watching this video and you want to watch another good video, click on this video right here to find out.
So we can get off of this, and I'm going to take y'all somewhere else. Okay, so with all of that happened from the past and everything, I wasn't there for, like I said, but going forward, I don't think that he's moved anywhere. I think that he has tailored his victims a little bit better. So today he did a live. I don't know if anybody caught it, but it is strange that I got a DM. I'm gonna try to read it to you guys. Not a DM. This was an email. I apologize. I'm gonna read it to you guys. Hold on. It takes too much to try to like get this stuff off of email so that you can't tell who it's from. So I'm just not gonna put it up. All this stuff is crazy. Okay, so it asked me if I saw Umar's latest video. And I was like, yeah, no. So it seems that, and I believe that this is what I don't know. I don't even, you know what, y'all? I don't watch them. I don't watch them. People send me clips and I just shake my head or whatever, but they're not my focus. They have an idea, and that's why I took the video down, because I was like, let me keep it in perspective. I have to constantly keep it in perspective for people that are coming from me. They're not the focus, and I really think that interview with Storm, even though people think that I was engaging with the girl, I wasn't. I knew what I was doing. That's why you kept hearing me tell the lady behind me, relax. I'm like, relax. She's like, Siobhan, no, don't do it. It's gonna make you relax. I'm not that invested in it. I'm trying to show how deep his people are invested in it. So let me go. I'm good. Be quiet, have a seat, relax. I'm not gonna do anything. People don't just normally go out and start messing up their lives. I'm not gonna threaten this woman or anything like that. No, but she ended up doing it to me. I needed people to see that's how. So when they say you didn't need no ex parte, well, yeah, I did, because you guys you're not thinking properly. This story, I could talk about it all damn day long if I want to, because it's my story. I'm not covering like, a content creators, and I'm just keep covering and keep covering. This is my story. And I think that's lost in this sector. They're like trying to own it or control how you put it out. It's none of your business. If you're tired of hearing about it, knowing about it, then why the hell would you come and get it and then go over it for hours and hours and hours? And then you still don't get the information right. There's a lot of extra stuff added to it. And I'm not the only person that talks about Umar. But I literally have a reason. If this is what I'm wanting to talk about, then leave me alone. If you don't want to hear about it, don't come over here. I never wanted anybody to come and just support me trying to get attention or something. No, it's something because it's something to this, because there are going to be women that get involved with him and not realize that there's a lot of stuff that comes along with it. It's not a healthy space to be in. He's not a healthy person. So don't get it twisted and stay on your toes. A lot of the things that I got while I was in that space, they think I set him up. I didn't set him up. I just peeked his shit early in the game, and I started recording. I started documenting because I knew what it had the potential to be like. I knew that this is a person that is like heavily into themselves. What her issue is, I don't know, but there are 3 people that sector let come in and eat off their plate. That's between them and those people, but they have changed the dynamic of everything. I listened to a little bit of what was said off of the panels when I was covering it, and it was like, now y'all trying to say I'm gonna start a Patreon to get money off of Umar's mom? They don't even know that Robbie came out and told everybody we're going to do a hashtag for Goom Goom. These pictures and all this stuff have already been out on the net. They're talking about don't post it. All this has already been done. They already did this effort on the net, but because it didn't get no traction, it didn't go anywhere, it got buried really quick. Think about the time frame when they came out and they did it. The time frame that they came out and did it, it got buried. Just like you can't find some of these women's stories, it gets buried. So no, I didn't go all, she's making a fool out of herself, going from channel to channel to channel to channel. No, that's the reason why I did it, is because channel to channel to channel to channel, those channels, my story's not compromised. It's up there, it's staying up there, and it ain't going nowhere. I've already talked to most of those people, and they're like, hell no, we're not taking your story down. Hell yeah, I've watched you on other things. Hell no, your story isn't changing. So it's staying where it is. Now, whether they're emotionally invested in it, I don't know. That's not the point of me going on the show. The point of me going on the show is so that it could get coverage, not to make me famous. I didn't bubble off of it. I ain't on here showing all my outfits and how my new hair do. I don't do all of that. All I'm doing is talking about what the facts are. You can literally look at how this was done and determine if it's done for clout or it's done for awareness. We put the mom's shit to bed. Now let this sector tell it. I'm trying to bubble off of her story. Like, it don't make sense. But anyway, we're going to keep moving. I was trying to find where he sent me about Dirty Dan. But basically, okay, this email said, I had to guess she saw the story a young lady Umar was sleeping with, and she was flued out around that time. She thought she was the only one. On her live, you can see what she was hinting, saying she's not happy. Just choose your wife, and saying you don't. Okay, so basically, Umar, the same women that were after me, one of those women has been struggling with things emotionally. She went to, I'm not going to exploit her. Even though they went after me, I'm going to do her one better, and I'm going to let her get herself together privately, even though she also came to social media and she is going through some things. So today, Umar was talking about suicide. Or let me rephrase, I think they call it self-deleting. So my heart goes out to her, and that's what I wanted to talk about. And I wanted to pause things for a moment because of what this person is feeling. You cannot internalize this mess. You can't internalize it. People think that I take this stuff and walk around with it day to day. I don't. I don't. I leave it right here on this channel and I go on and I live my life. That's what I do. The social media is a strange place, but you have to have some type of happiness. You have to have something about yourself that keeps you grounded and connected outside of all of this mess. You got to have a life. And if you get consumed with this stuff, even if you depend on all of this to make money to feed your kids, all of that, you cannot take this stuff off of where it is. You can't internalize it and walk around with it. There are people that claim to be in mental health, but I don't really see where they're really using what they know in order to do better than the evil that like we see out here. Somebody got on a video and was talking about like you need to I need to take accountability for I haven't had a chance to. I attempted to, but I haven't been able to even get that far. We can't even get the information out there so I can tell people about how I deal with this stuff. I leave it here and then I live my life offline. This stuff is not my life. It's like an insurance bill or a light bill or something like that. It's in this prospective place, but they feel like it's consumed me. It doesn't. This is all you allow me to show you. And that's okay. I'm good with that, especially for the stuff that I've seen. But with this young lady, I tried to tell these women that there's darkness around this. You have to take a moment and you have to take care of yourself. And ain't no way that I'm going to Cape Carter for somebody that would not do it for me. He doesn't care about you or what you're going through. You have to take care of yourself. So I watched the live that he did. And the only thing that I can pull from it is that this has consumed him. Like he feels like this is a part of his identity, his purpose, all of that. And that's fine. But it would not require you to do dirt to people. It wouldn't have you have darkness come into your space. It wouldn't be pushed off on others if that's what it was. I just don't feel like it's healthy. If you see a woman is struggling and you are, I didn't expect that he was going to be able to offer any assistance because I look at what happened with the daughter. Like she's struggling with things too. I don't really see where he was going to be a whole hell of a lot of help. But we learned about this from what Poetic is talking about. The woman that is the woman that pushed him into the church and shut the door, that woman, he called, I think he called her a fat pig or something. This woman literally thought enough to jump in front of you and a person with a firearm, and there's no, even if she's like to the point where you can't deal with her no more, there's no care or love in how he treated her, which is probably the reason why she went public. But to call her all those names and saying that, just saying some of the stuff that he said, talking about, I'm gonna bury your ass, I'm gonna bury your ass. You don't think back to when this person showed you kindness and just stalled her out? He can't do it. He can't do it. He didn't even like block her. He just let her keep going and going and going and edging her on. If you weren't going to work with her or do anything with her in respect to Haiti, then you should have just told her, I'm good, and leave it at that. But I think he had plans on using her for Haiti. So she hops in between him and a firearm, and then she comes out, stuff still is rotten between them. She comes out on him, and then he dogs her out again. And then I guess they're good enough where they can start texting again. And he's still kind of dogging her out and waiting for something to pop off with Haiti to where he can rotate her back in. Because that's how he does things. Same way with me. Even though as mad as I was with leaving out of that house and not having myself put together, he doesn't have any compassion to the point where like, oh, my bad, I wasn't thinking. You got to take care of it yourself. You got to like see to it yourself. And you can either chalk it up or you can stay away or get away from it. So my idea was to keep it, not to sever the friendship, which is what I should have did, but I kept at it. You know what I'm saying? I kept dealing with him. He asked me to come back out, and I was like, yeah, I'll come out, but we need to talk. We need to have a serious heart to heart. He was like, never mind, this new chick that just came out on him. She stepped in. Nope, I got a local aide to do it. Okay, cool. You get no pushback from me. Then she burns him because he burns her. So I don't think that these women, this is where I'm going with all this. I don't think, myself included, people are thinking that it's, oh, they just keep doing this to him because they can't let go. It's not that. It's the fact that he's doing things to people that's so vile versus just letting people go. Just let them go. Tell them to kick rocks. Goodbye. See you later. In the respect of this woman coming out and saying, she don't feel good, she feels some type of way, and she's entertaining self-deletion and stuff, I would say it's never worth it. It's never that deep. I would tell her to be encouraged. You don't have to, if you want to work in the movement or whatever, which she's heavily aligned with it, you don't have to work in it like this. You can do something else. I would suggest you do something else. But don't ever have so much of yourself in someone to where they determine how you treat your own self, I guess I'm trying to say. That's what I've learned as far as me taking accountability. Don't put anyone else above how you treat yourself. Self-talking is important. And some of the things I said, I was proud of Umar because he did say a lot of stuff that is true. When you have self-talk, you got to practice healthy self-talking. You can't, when you're younger, I think a lot of times people pick up what they hear from the parent, but you have to learn how to, well, that gets programmed. You got to learn how to deprogram it and reprogram it, especially before you have to download it. So your kids will be how you download it. And you don't want to be putting negative stuff into your children. So you have to fix it before it gets to that point. And then with that, you want to have open communication with your children. That's a huge thing with parenting, because you have to make sure that things get processed correctly. A lot of the stuff with even just saying with him, a lot of the stuff that was said to him, it didn't get processed right. It's very negative, it's very sour, and it's not a good thing. So when you talk to your kids, you have to listen to them more than anything. And then you look for these red flags or things that come out that they'll say. That's a big thing with me and my children. I have to listen to, I used to do it when I had different hours and I would cook. They would come in, there was always the one kid that would come in and be talking to me while I cooked. And I have to listen to them. You can't correct them every step of it, because they'll be like, I can't talk to you. But for the things that jump out that are like red flags, you have to correct that so that it gets filed correctly. But you have to talk to them. And then how you talk to them is going to be their self-talk. And if it's negative, I'll never forget, I was working at Sony here, and she said, "Oh man, I dropped it." And she said, "You dumb bitch." And I'm like, "Oh my God, is that how your self-talk sounds?" No, man. No, you cannot talk to yourself like that. You got to correct that. And you damn sure want to correct it before you get out here dating or anything else, because people are going to be talking to you crazy and you're going to be completely desensitized to it. She called herself a dumb. She's like, "Oh, you dumb bitch." I was like, "Oh no, don't say it." I'm laughing because I'm uncomfortable. I have never heard no mess like that before. But that's how she talked to herself. I said, "Oh, don't say that." Because it is true. The brain is a computer. It's whatever you put in it, that is what it's going to be on. Same thing with what you sit and meditate on day to day. That's why I said I don't internalize this stuff. I leave it where it is. I leave it where it is, because I don't meditate. The things that I sit in my idle time, if I'm sitting and I'm pondering or I'm thinking about things, it's none of this. And if you have negative thoughts, then you want to start correcting, or you want to start changing your environment so that you can get better thoughts put in. When you need that brain to help you out and to look out for you, it will be no good. It'll be no good. Do you gravitate towards mess? Or do you like learning things? Or do you like positive things or uplifting things? Or do you like the drama? If you like the drama, you got some serious things to reconsider. Like you probably need a detox from it. Now he says something about rap music and all of that, and I don't feel like, this is my thing. Like, I was listening to Jean Grey. I don't know if anybody knows who that is, but she's a rapper. She's probably my favorite rapper. She's just like, lyrically, she's out of this world. So I was listening to her today, but I would listen to like Megan or whatever. I just like the beat. I do like certain people for a lyricism. I really pay attention to like the lyrics. And then there are some people I don't really pay attention to the lyrics. My kids do not listen to rap like you would expect them to. Like I will I like Chief Keef. I like Shit I Don't Like. I like that song. I'll listen to it when I work out, or if I'm going to work and I'm trying to get pumped up. My kids do not listen to that. You would think that they would by their age, but they don't. One of the things is because I introduced them to other forms of music way earlier in life. They gravitated towards that. They don't gravitate towards rap music. I don't see anything wrong with rap. I look at it just like watching an action-packed movie, or like Independence Day or something like that. You leave it in its perspective place, and you don't meditate on that stuff. It's just for entertainment. I know it's not the healthiest stuff to listen to, but my brain doesn't meditate on. I put enough good in it that my brain doesn't resort to that. Umar was talking about today on his live. Well, let me show y'all. He was talking about people saying that they went out and shot up something or did something crazy because of rap music, and I think that's BS. I don't think that that's true at all. I don't think that's why people listen to rap. Rap gets a bad rap. Let me see. If you guys have seen this, I'm sorry. I'm just going to show it to you so you can see it. And then that'll help me, because I'm going off of memory too. But that'll help me, because he's saying a whole bunch of stuff in here. Hold on. Let's see. But some people are blocked, so I'm going to play it.
Peace and Pan-Africanism, peace and Pan-Africanism.
Uh-oh.
Peace and Pan-Africanism, peace and Pan-Africanism. Peace and Pan-Africanism, peace and Pan-Africanism. Peace and Pan-Africanism, peace and Pan-Africanism. This is your big brother, Dr. Umar Ifa Tunde Oguntade, coming to you live and direct from the streets of Camden, New Jersey. Dirty Jersey, where you at? Coming to you live and direct from the streets of Camden, New Jersey. Dirty Jersey, South Jersey, where you at? I just wanted to go live for a minute. I know I don't go live often these days because I'm too busy trying to get the school ready for our children. See, institution builders can't be on social media all day long. Institution builders can't be on social.
I want to tell y'all too, Umar has social media. He has YouTube. I'm so sick of him acting like he don't be on YouTube. He's on YouTube.
Social media all day long. Institution builders can't be on social media.
Watches movies all day long. He tries to act like he be sitting up in the house reading books. He be in there watching Netflix.
Media every day, all day. But I want to let my South Jersey family know that I'm doing a free Black Parent Know Your School Rights Boot Camp in Camden, New Jersey today. If you are a Black mother, Black father, grandparent, auntie, uncle, big brother, big sister, if you are a child advocate, parent advocate, education advocate, if you just want to learn how to fight back against the miseducation machine regarding our children, pull up in Camden, New Jersey today. Pull up in Camden, New Jersey today. We will be at the Imani Community Fellowship Building. We will be at the Imani Community Fellowship Building, 3901 Westfield Avenue in Camden, New Jersey. 3901 Westfield Avenue in Camden, New Jersey today, 4 p.m. until 8 p.m. Today, 4 p.m. until 8 p.m., we will be at the Imani Community Fellowship Building, 3901 Westfield Avenue. Camden, New Jersey, if you don't know how to protect your children from special ed, if you don't know how to protect your children in special ed, you need to be at my training today. That's right. Salem, New Jersey, Willingboro, New Jersey, Cherry Hill, New Jersey, Trenton, Newark, Jersey City, Elizabeth. I'm talking New Jersey. I'm also talking Philadelphia. You're only right over the bridge. West Philly, North Philly, Southwest Philly, Germantown, Mount Airy, Chester, Darby, Yaden. If you are a parent with a child in special ed, if you are a parent with a child who's not in special ed but catching hell through the school system, if you're the parent of a child who's always being suspended, if you're the parent of a child who they want to put on psychiatric medication, today we're going to get down to the get down. Today we're going to get down to the get down. Today is part 1. Next Thursday, April 16th, is part 2. What we cover today, we will not cover next Thursday. What we cover today, we will not cover next Thursday. I want to make sure y'all clear. If you missed the training today, you can still come Thursday. If you missed today's training, April the 9th, you can still come to the next training, April the 16th, 4 o'clock till 8 o'clock. But I'm not going over the information twice. Sometimes you have to prioritize your children.
So I can't do that. In the meantime, you can get.
Sometimes we got to prioritize our children. Sometimes we have to prioritize the babies. And so today, I'm not talking about the snow bunny crisis. Today, I'm not talking about diaspora wars. Today, I'm not talking about the economic crisis or the political devastation. Today, in Camden, New Jersey, at 3901 Westfield Avenue, we talking about the learning disability. We talking about autism. We're talking about the psychological evaluation. We're talking about the 504 plan. We're talking about the IEP. We're talking about the outside evaluation. We're talking about the behavior support plan. We're talking about the clinical evaluation. And most of all, brothers and sisters, today's training is all free. If you're not registered, you can still pull up. If you're not registered, you can still pull up. You homeschooling your children or you home fooling around with your children? We're going to talk about it today at 3901 Westfield Avenue in Camden, New Jersey. I said, are you homeschooling your children or are you home fooling around with your children? I'm going to say it again. Are you homeschooling your children or are you home fooling around with your children? Because some of you are not homeschooling. Some of you are not homeschooling, you're home fooling around with them babies. Some of you are not homeschooling, you home fooling around with those babies. Make sure you hit the PayPal. PayPal.me/FDMG Academy. Make sure you hit the PayPal. PayPal.me/FDMG Academy. Make sure you hit the PayPal. PayPal.me/FDMG Academy. The Prince of Pan-Africanism will be pulling up in Hampton, Virginia. We're my 7 cities, Virginia.
I don't know how people sit through this shit, bro. I couldn't do it. I don't follow him for my teaching. Maybe one day we'll go into a Benefo, a Camden. That's who I follow. I don't follow him for anything because it's just too. It's my attention span can't handle it.
Virginia Africans at. Where my 7 cities of Virginia Africans at. I'm pulling up in Hampton, Virginia, at the Hampton Event Center on Friday, June the 19th. I want to see all my Norfolk Africans. I ain't seen y'all in a long time. I want to see all my.
He goes through these roll calls and stuff. I figured this out by watching David Koresh. This guy was breaking down David Koresh. He goes through that, so it makes you feel like everybody just like he's got all of this reach, and no, there's no.
Chesapeake Africans.
Because the events over in Africa, if you look at them, they're small too. They're very quaint. It's not like when what's his face went over there. His name is I Love Speed, or I Show Speed, whatever. He had a lot of people running up to him. He tries to act like he has that type of support.
I ain't seen y'all in a long time. I want to see all my Virginia Beach Africans. I haven't seen you in a long time. I want to see all of my Suffolk Africans and my Hampton Africans and my Newport News Africans. I want to see y'all at the Hampton Event Center on Friday, June 19th. King Kong consciousness is taking over the Tidewater. King Kong consciousness is taking over the Tidewater region on Friday, June the 19th, and then on June 20th. Where my Alabama Africans at? Where my Alabama Africans at? I'm taking over Dothan, Alabama on Saturday, the June the 20th. I said I'm taking over Dothan, Alabama on Saturday, June 20th. I said I'm taking over Dothan, Alabama on Saturday, June 20th. For
annoying. It's enough to make. Hold on, I'm gonna see if I can find somebody who covered it. I can't sit through all of that. It makes my head hurt. And not only he talks loud, he's all over the place. Yeah, here we go. Oh, that's Glennon. I didn't want to go over there. Thanks. I'm trying to see if you got we ain't gonna find nothing, y'all. I thought somebody had covered it.
the Juneteenth, brothers and sisters. That's right. I'm coming to Dothan, Alabama for the first time, and I'm coming to Hampton, Virginia in a long time. I'm coming to Dothan, Alabama for the first time, and I'm coming to Hampton, Virginia for the first time in a long time. Let me give y'all the contact information. Let me give y'all the contact information. It's not a game no more. It's time to intensify the struggle. It's time to intensify the struggle, brothers and sisters. So let me pull this up one time. For Hampton, Virginia, you want to call 757-696-9730. For Hampton, Virginia, you want to call 757-696-9730. For Hampton, Virginia, you want to call 757-696-9730, or you want to email 757juneteenth@gmail. Or you want to email 757juneteenth@gmail. Or you want to email 757juneteenth@gmail.
Bro, will you
and then for Dothan, Alabama. For Dothan, Alabama.
I wanted to go over I wanted to go over the fact that he uses this eisegetical type of approach to his thinking versus the exegetical, where he'll read something and then he'll apply his own beliefs to what he read instead of pulling the actual the actual mindset that he should get from it, if that makes sense. So if he reads scripture, which he tries his best to go into scripture, but he's a terrible person at understanding what scripture means because he doesn't understand the context of it, and he doesn't know the fact that you have to take in consideration what's above it and what's below it. But he'll take it and try to apply it to what he's talking about instead of taking it for its true meaning and then going from there.
Alabama on Saturday, June 20th, the Prince of Pan-Africanism is taking over the city. You want to call 334-452-7961. You want to call 334-452-7961. You want to call 334-452-7961, or you want to email Juneteenth Jubilee Dothan@gmail.com. Juneteenth Jubilee Dothan at gmail.com. That is Juneteenth Jubilee Dothan at gmail.com. Let me say this to the Negropeans in the chat one time. Let me say this.
I could tell people was lighting his ass up because of the blinking.
To the Negropeans in the chat one time. Yeah. Let me say this to the uncouth coons of the chat right now. Let me speak to the coons. I'm not sure.
I know this man did not really call somebody uncouth. Oh my God. People have this idea where they used to tell us about us being articulate and well-spoken, and they attach themselves to that, believing that it gives them this persona or this image of being, and it does not. It makes no difference. Like what I was telling you guys, what my grandmother said, like there's no point in you cleaning yourself up or taking care of yourself if you get out in the street and you act like trash. It's just no point in it. What's the point?
Why the ancestors allowed your mother to bring you forth in this world.
You should not ever say that to anybody. Ever. Ever. It's young kids that's doing better in life than him.
Sure. I haven't the slightest idea why the Almighty allowed your mother to push you out into this universe. I have no idea why you coons were born. I just want to be honest right now. All praise to the ancestors. But I want to be honest, if I may. I don't know why some of you dusty, crusty, goofy, never serious, non-productive.
Why do you pay attention to them? Why do you sit up there and pay attention to them? Your behavior draws that crowd to you. And then you, I can never get
doing nothing for you community coons. I don't know why the ancestors allowed you to come through. But I tell you what. We have a place in Minnesota called Coon Rapids. Yes, we do. There is a city in Minnesota called Coon Rapids, and we're going to buy us some land in Coon Rapids. Oh, yes, we are, brothers and sisters.
I know.
I have a solution to the coon crisis.
I'm trying to see if I can.
I have a solution to the coon crisis. We're going to buy 1,000 acres in Coon Rapids, Minnesota. And we're going to go around and we're going to start kidnapping coons. We're going to start kidnapping coons.
Why would you even say some shit like that?
And we're going to have them transported to Coon Rapids. We need a town just for the coons. They're going to have a coon hospital and a coon bank, a coon school, a coon police department. It's going to be made out just for coons. It's going to be a prison. It will be a prison with electrocution barbed wire. It will be a prison with electrocution barbed wire, but there must be a place for coons because the ancestors allowed you to be born. So you have a place. There is a place for you. I don't know what it is. I don't know what the place is, but the ancestors allowed you to come through. The ancestors used the ashe of the Almighty and allowed you completely unproductive, degenerate, dysfunctional.
And see, I don't get this. This is crazy to me because the same could be said about him. He feels like the school or him working on the school just it absolves him of all this time that he wasted. He just like talks like, bro, there are men in our past. Do y'all real? And I know y'all realize this. There are men in our past that have completed more, have done more, along with balancing a balance of life. He's got all his time. He ain't got to worry about rent or mortgage, a wife, kids, none of that. And he still did not complete this task in a timely manner. All he has to think about, he's got his mother, but he ain't excelling at that. You're not even excelling at that. The one little thing Ay, ay, ay.
Artificial Africans to come forth into the world. So we're going to get you on up out of here to Coon
He's
Rapids.
projecting like a mug.
We're going to get you on up out of here to Coon Rapids. But before I go any further, Camden, New Jersey, I'm in the building. I want one of my Camden queens to bring me a pot of mac and cheese. Camden queens, one of y'all better bring me a pot of mac and cheese today. I'm talking to my Camden queens. I'm talking to my South Jersey. I don't care if you Camden. I don't care if you Cherry Hill. I don't care if you Willingboro. I don't care if you Salem. I don't care if you Atlantic City. One of my beautiful African South Jersey queens better bring me a
fix me a plate. Ass dude.
pot of mac and cheese. I'm not playing with you.
Let me
I'm
get-
doing the free training. I want a pot of mac and cheese. I'm talking to my Jersey.
Who the hell makes a pot of mac and you mean a casserole, a dish of mac and cheese? What?
Sisters one time. I'm talking to my Jersey sisters one time. I need a pot of mac and cheese, and then I need another one of my Jersey queens to bring me a pot of greens with the turkey juice and the turkey butts.
Yeah, I'm talking about the turkey butt. His favorite food. That's what I was telling y'all over there in Lennon. His favorite food is beans and butt, which is basically beans and turkey butt.
Oh, yes. I works for the people. I struggle for the people. I fight for the people. I will die for the people. I need to be fed by the people. I said I work for the people. I struggle for the people. I live for the people. I fight for the people. And I better be fed by the people. I need a pot of greens with the turkey juice and the turkey butts. And then I need a pot of candy yams, a small pot of candy yams. Oh, yes. Don't put no white man sugar in my yams. I don't do nothing white. I don't do anything pale, brothers and sisters. No disrespect to Neanderthal nation. I respect you. No disrespect to Caucasian nation. I respect you. No disrespect to the Snow Bunny Brigade. I respect you, but I don't do anything pale. I don't do pale bread. I don't do pale sugar. I don't do.
Y'all, he's lying. He's lying.
Pale flour.
And I'm gonna be quite honest, the bread that he had, I never tried it before, but I still buy that bread. But he does absolutely eat white bread.
I said I don't do pale bread. I don't do pale sugar. I don't do pale flour, and I damn sure don't do pale vagina. No disrespect to Caucasian nation. But I don't do pale bread. I don't do pale sugar. I don't do pale flour, and I damn sure don't do pale vagina.
I told you, it has nothing to do with the fact that they're white women. It's the color of it. It's just he's not taken with the color of it.
But we're going to stay focused right now.
He's weird.
We're going to stay focused right now. We're going to stay focused right now because it is always consciousness over the cookies. It is always politics over the punani. It is always revolution over the romance. It is always business before the bedroom. We must stay focused, brothers and sisters.
Go through the whole damn.
We must stay focused, brothers and sisters. First of all, my daughter is not married. To my knowledge, she is not married. To my knowledge, I have a niece who may have.
He knows damn well his niece is married to a white dude. Cut it out.
Went swimming in the milk. That is her business. I love her dearly. I don't agree with it. I don't condone of it. I don't approve of it, but that is her business. A man is responsible for his own actions. A man is responsible for his own actions. So if you want to go down the family tree and shake the family tree.
You know what this is? I bet you guys, I bet you they got on him because he put his grandpa. He want to be related to every damn body. He put the grandpa Cicero up there. He never puts, and here's another thing. Here is another thing, and this is going to blow y'all mind. We were just talking about this last week. Shoemake or Schumacher is a German name. It's a German name. Now, we all know that Umar is tall. Germans are normally tall. So I would bet that Umar has some bit of German in him, and his family, from what I know, is not, well, one part might be from the South, but a lot of them are from Pennsylvania, which has a lot of Dutch and German in it. So y'all do with that what you feel. But Schumacher, that's a German name. I don't know why I never picked up on that before.
All kind of
Spelled different, but it is a German.
snow bunnies going to
Say, hello, Ice, I got one.
fall out that family tree, but it ain't going to be a single bunny fall out of my tree. I'm going to say it again in case you didn't hear what I just said. I'm going to say it again in case you didn't hear what the Prince of Pan-Africanism just said, but I'm going to say it again for the Coon Nation. I'm going to say it again for the Coon Nation. If you shake that Johnson tree, if you shake that shoemake tree, a whole bunch of bunnies might fall out, but not a single.
You look at anybody with shoemake last name on Google, and it's going to be white people pop up. It's going to be white people pop up. I'm sorry. He's delusional. I'd be interested in who he really is, and I bet you it's going to be some white folks.
Bunny will fall out of the tree that I built. You understand me?
I'm sure it's in Terrence.
A man is only responsible for himself. But I want to say this because I neglected to honor my beautiful African sisters today. So I want to send a peace and Pan-Africanism out to all my beautiful Black sisters, especially with the natural hair. I love all Black women, whether you got a...
Yeah, Pan-African is not done the same over in Africa. It's completely different.
Blonde weave, a pink weave, a blue weave, a Jerry curl, a S curl.
All the women in his family wear weave. All of them. They probably wear natural hair too, but from what I've seen, everybody got a weave. Everyone. His mom wore wigs and weave. I don't know, but let me tell you guys this though. So that you will understand a man's point of view when it comes to weave and wigs. And I won't be long, I'm gonna be quick. I've noticed, and I've also read about this, I'll see if I can pull it up. Men like to connect through the scalp. Men will put, like, I don't wear wigs and I don't wear weave. Not because of him or anything else, just the fact that I'm too clumsy. I could be in the store grocery shopping, I'll be on aisle 2, my wig will be on aisle 4. I don't do good with stuff like that. But men like to put their hands in your hair. They love playing with hair. It does not matter what for, if it's coarse or fine or whatever. They just like playing in hair. They like the scalp. They're like their scalp rub. It's a way of bonding and connecting with men. Little boys too. I've had little boys. I used to rub their head, put them to sleep, real gentle. You either do that or you pop their pamper, like you just patting their pamper, and then they'll go to sleep. Or you just rub their hair in a circular motion, and they go to sleep. That is the thing. If they can't touch your hair, if they can't put their hands in your hair, they can't put their hands up nowhere like that. It's almost like they can't fully connect. Now, don't take it to the extreme, but there are a lot of men that are like that. You'll see them, they'll be doing their daughter's hair. They like to put the hair, has nothing to do with their sexuality or anything like that. It's just the fact that they just like caressing the scalp. It's the way they feel pleasure, so they want to do that back to you. So if you don't let them touch your hair because your hair is dead, then it's kind of like, so they don't like women that wear it. And then, you have some that don't like the catfish part of it, like take off your hair and you look like somebody else. But I think it's more of that.
Whether you're lesbian or bisexual or heterosexual, I love all Black women. Understand, I love you all. But I want to give a special shout out to the ones who wear their own damn hair. Where my natural hair queens at? Where are my all natural head to toe queens at? No BBL, no fake eyelashes, no artificial breasts. Where all my
He dyes his beard.
all natural head to toe butter almonds at? Where my all natural head to toe hot chocolate at? Where my all natural head to toe sweet brown sugar? Where my all natural head to toe mixed race white chocolate queens at? Where my all natural head to toe nutmeg and cinnamon and butterscotch and mahogany? Oh, yes, brothers and sisters. You like BBLs? That ain't nothing but a big blueberry lemonade. I had a blueberry smoothie this morning. You like BBLs? That ain't nothing but a big blueberry lemonade. I had a blueberry smoothie this morning. I love all Black women. I love you all. All of you can come to my events. All of you can come to the Hampton Juneteenth, the Dothan. All of you can come to the training today in Camden, New Jersey from 4 to 8. All of you can come to the training today in Camden, New Jersey from 4 to 8. It's absolutely free. I don't care if you got a wig or a weave or a jerry curl.
Bro, come on.
I just give a special, special, special type of a love to the sisters who said, I'm not going to imitate white folks. I'm not going to imitate Caucasian standards of beauty. I'm not going to let the white man dictate what beauty is in my life. That's all I'm saying.
Has nothing, and this be telling me that he don't know nothing about women, because weaves and wigs has nothing to do with not embracing your hair or the texture of your hair. It don't have nothing to do with that. It's all kinds of reasons why women wear it. You said
Have I ever been on
texturize it once when I had my bob. I had to have it.
a date with a woman with a weave? Yes, I have. I have. The reason I've been on a date with a woman with a weave is you got to give women an opportunity to change. But I will not marry a woman with a weave. I promise you that.
He won't marry anybody. He's not fit to marry, and he don't want to get married. I don't know why he keeps doing that.
I will not marry a woman with a weave. I promise you that. If she ain't happy to be nappy, if she ain't happy to be nappy, we cannot jump the broom, brothers and sisters. We cannot jump the broom, but make sure you hit that PayPal for.
He does his nose. He ain't gonna wipe or no hand sanitizer or nothing. He just
the school right now. What's happening with FDMG? What's happening with FDMG is we wait.
He's thinking of something
for an inspection that we should have already gotten from our building inspector, who does not care for me. We're waiting for
a Jamaican man. He's not marriage material at all, but he uses marriage because he thinks, and it keeps women trying, I could be the one. I could be the one. There is no one. There's no one. He doesn't respect the institution of marriage. He doesn't respect it. He's always talking about taking somebody's wife or something like that. He doesn't know. He doesn't want a marriage. But he's sitting up here talking about this man, this guy doesn't like him. It's always some dingy shit with him, man.
For an inspection that we should have already got from our building inspector, who doesn't care for me. We're waiting for.
This is my thing, y'all, and I'm sorry, I don't mean to keep starting. But if you know that you're coming up on an inspection, you know that all you got to do, Tuesday, they're going to come and lay down the floor in the back room or the classroom, then go ahead and schedule the inspection to be done. That's how people do things. So about time the floor gets done, like I having work done on my house right now. They come, they get their measurements. They're going to do the windows. They do the measurements. And then I know that I asked the guys, how long is it going to take for you to put the windows in? He tells me how long it's going to take to get the windows ordered and get them in and put on the house. Then I can start working on, because I want to extend something. Then I can start working on that. I can start getting my contractors ready for the next part. He doesn't understand. You should have been had that scheduled so when it can roll smoothly. What you been doing? And then when it don't roll smoothly, he says that somebody don't like him, they jealous of him, they a hater. Same way with us women, and people bite on that stuff.
An inspection that we should have already got, our final building inspection, brothers and sisters. We should have already got it. The school is ready and waiting. What is the holdup? We're looking into it right now.
You're not the only business or only school in Delaware or Wilmington. We already knew that this was going to be a problem. I'll get out to Lennon. He said, he telegraphed this. He said that it was going to be, he was going to make it into a problem. It has to be a hiccup. Nothing can ever go smoothly with this man. It's always going to be a hiccup. He doesn't err on the side of caution. He doesn't anticipate problems. And he's always borrowing trouble. Yeah.
What is the holdup? We're looking into it right now.
You ain't looking.
You didn't see me in Honey Grow, although I eat Honey Grow. You never saw me in Honey Grow because I've never been to Honey Grow.
Wow.
There's a lot of Dr. Umar lookalikes in the black community. There's a lot of Dr. Umar lookalikes in the black community. No, you can mail a check, P.O. Box 9634, Wilmington, Delaware. You can mail a check, P.O. Box 9634, Wilmington, Delaware. You can mail a check, P.O. Box 9634, Wilmington, Delaware.
They done shut down all his wiring. All wiring of money shut down. And you know what? He's too dingy too. He might have just doesn't know. You know how if one time I had a switch banks and the debit card for that particular bank account, because I switched banks, it wouldn't let me do Apple Pay because I didn't get a new bank on. I didn't put my new bank card on there. He's that dingy, he don't know that, you know, maybe I need to try to enroll a new debit card. Since he said they freeze and close the other accounts, he probably ain't took them cards off. I mean, he's that much like he can't see stuff for what it is.
Go to the FDMG Academy. There's a lot of Dr. Umar lookalikes in the black community, brothers and sisters. But sisters, would you please tell them I cannot be duplicated? Where my beautiful African queens at? Let these brothers know. You could get your hair cut like me. You could throw the dashiki on. Would you let them know, sisters, there's only one King Kong? There's only one King Kong. Sisters, would you tell them it's only one King Kong consciousness? Prince of Pan-Africanism. Brian certified, you're a certified coon. I'm blocking your bitch ass. Excuse my language.
Ooh.
I hate when men hate on other men. That's a low self-esteem coon disease. I hate when men hate on other men. That's a low self-esteem coon.
You don't even sit with men because you don't like. You don't even like other men. If you can't be more, if you take a picture, you can't be taller than him, sexier than him, or he will not post the damn picture. Man, he done has some fine ass dudes at his events. He will not post a damn picture. Then remember he had the Oxford debate. I couldn't wait. I don't think Boosie is sexy or anything like that. I just like him. I like his I took his master class some years ago. I just like him. I love the way he teaches certain things about business. But he wouldn't take the damn picture with Boosie at Oxford. You gonna go and take a picture with nasty ass and Musk Daddy, but you won't go and get a picture with Boosie, and he's a black man? Oh man.
Disease, brothers and sisters. I want to speak to black women for a minute, and I'm dead serious.
Okay, so now we're going to get into what I was talking about. Sorry, went all around the damn country just to go across the street. Okay, here we go.
I'm hanging up in 9 minutes. It's 2:51. I got to get to my training in Camden, New Jersey at 3901 Westfield Avenue. Who's coming out today 3901 Westfield Avenue. If you need to bring the children, bring the children. If you need to bring the elders, bring the elders. My college students, my education majors, my psychology majors, my social work majors, my criminal justice majors, my psychiatry majors, you need to come on out to 3901 Westfield Avenue in Camden, New Jersey today from 4 until 8 because I'm teaching. We having a freedom school teaching with Dr. Umar Ifatunde. We having a freedom school teaching with Dr. Umar Ifatunde because yesterday was the anniversary of SNCC, the Student Nonviolent Coordinating Committee, the most revolutionary college organization in American history. I said yesterday was the anniversary of the Student Nonviolent Coordinating Committee. That's the date they was founded on, the most revolutionary Black college organization in history. Oh yes. Oh yes. H. Rap Brown, rest in peace. Kwame Ture, rest in peace. Yes. Yes, brother. Fannie Lou Hamer, rest in peace. Yes. Empress K 333, how you doing? Empress K 333, how you doing? Baby Smurf, I see you. Still waiting to meet you, Baby Smurf. It's been over a year. Still waiting to meet you, Baby Smurf. It's been over a year.
Let them tell it. She was already linked up with him. That's why I said they hey, Rainbow, how you doing? Welcome. But let them tell it. Him and Baby Smurf was, they was already linked up and everything. I thought they were traveling together. If you go back through, it seemed like when he was in Delaware, she was in Delaware. She was in Virginia, he was in Virginia. I don't know.
Sister KJ, what's going on? Sister KJ 45, what's going on? My South Africans, where y'all? I love South Africa. Sabona. I love my South Africa. Where my Zulu queens at?
Bro,
and my Xhosa queens. And my Khoi queens. Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
Yeah, Baby Smurf.
My Ethiopian family. You know,
Baby Smurf is a Taurus, though. Him and her ain't never going to be cool. Who else is a Taurus and Leo dynamic? Candy Burris and what's her ex-husband now? Yeah, they're Leo and Taurus. Diabolical matchup. I didn't know it was that bad.
I love me some Ethiopian food. Where my Ethiopian queens at? My Eritrean queens, my Gambian, my Zambian, my Nigerian, my Togolese, my Benin, my Liberian, my Mozambique, my Angola, my Lesotho, my Basutu queens, my Jamaican and my Haitian and my Puerto Rican African queens, my Dominican African queens, my Cuban African queens, my Costa Rica queens, my Brazilian queens, my Jersey queens, my New York queens, my PA queens, my Carolina queens, my Tennessee and Texas and Arkansas, Alabama, my Phoenix,
I think
my Minnesota.
What's your sign, Rainbow, Jim?
My Des Moines, my Missouri queens. King Kong is in the building. Shout out to all the unapologetically African alpha males, my Congo queens. I owe Congo a special visit because I had to cancel on y'all last year. That hurt my heart. I had to cancel. That was the centennial of the Honorable Patrice Lumumba's birthday, the independence. I missed out on that. Congo government bought the flight and everything, and I couldn't go. I need another invitation. Congo, I'm coming. I got Congolese ancestry. I'm coming. I got Cameroon ancestry. I'm coming.
Some people are not worried about him, nor do they miss him.
I'm a citizen of Ghana, and I have Ghana ancestry. I'm coming. I got Benin and Togo. And
I'm going to show y'all who I follow before. Oh, okay, Capricorn. I love Capricorn. Y'all are good mommies.
Cote d'Ivoire ancestry, I'm coming. My Georgia queens, Jabrika 08. But I want to say this to Black women. I got 6 minutes. Don't you ever contemplate taking your life. Y'all hear me, sisters? Suicide. Black men and Black women. We got to stop the suicide. I need you to hear me when I tell you this. I'm dead serious right now. If you need to reach me, 215-989-9858, text only. If you need to reach me, 215-989-9858, text only.
So he can only do text, you guys. I'm just telling y'all this so y'all will know. He can only do text because he's be at home sometimes and he can't talk on the phone with his mom there. And also because the walls are thin. So he doesn't talk on the phone inside of the house too much because he thinks that his neighbors can hear him. I'm just letting y'all know so you will know. When he's there recording, he goes into the bathroom because the bathroom is the only place he feels that the walls are strong enough.
Only. If you need to reach me, 215-989-9858, text only. I like the idea, Precocia. I like that idea. Get at me. There is a suicide demon floating around the Black community. There is a suicide demon that is trying to claim the lives of Black women who have great divine missions. Listen to me. If you are being tempted by the demon of suicide to take,
he is the demon. He's the demon. That's the dark demon that this woman is experiencing. She needed to get her butt away from him. I warned all these women when they came out and they come for me. I always have, if y'all notice, I try to at least be a little bit cordial with them because I don't want them to think I'm after them. And I'm not even, they come for me, but it's not personal. You're blocking him taking his shots. This has nothing to do with you. I love Black women. I love the women. It has nothing to do with them. I mean, I'll build a queen up, but I will tear a bitch down. That's just how it goes. It has to be like that. But I don't be gunning for them. They come for me in his name. And he is the dark energy. That woman is a bubbly personality, it seems like, but it seems to me that, with all of this stuff that's going on, she just let herself get to a dark space. You have to speak life into yourself. Speak abundance. You can't sit around somebody with dark energy and think that stuff won't come rubbing off on you.
take your life. It's because you are important to the destiny of African people. I want you to understand, overstand, and understand what I'm saying right now. I want you to understand, overstand, and understand what I'm saying right now. If you are being harassed by the suicide demon, it's because you have a calling so great that the forces of evil cannot allow you to hang around to fulfill your sacred mission. Those who get tempted with suicide are some of God's most special people. You have to fight that demon. Don't you give into it. See, the demons of suicide like to play on your mind. The demons of suicide like to play on your psyche. The demons of suicide like to play with your emotions. And what they do is they harass you with negative emotion. They harass you with depression. They harass you with anger. They harass you with desperation. They harass you with failure. And
I'm going to tell y'all this too. You cannot be somebody that snaps out on people. You know, them people that go around and they're like, I ain't going to let nobody check me. I'm going to get right back with them. I call that a spirit of like, that's when you have a spirit, a conflicting spirit or a combative spirit. I'm sorry. So that's a spirit of combativeness. When you can't walk away or leave things where they are, or you're not in control of the things that you say or you do, that's a dark spirit. And you don't want that on you. You don't want that on you. It's never a good thing. And it starts with, like what I was saying before, what you meditate on, who you surround yourself with, what you entertain. There's a lot of times I don't even watch certain things or go into certain spaces because I don't want, you have to be balanced. You know what I'm saying? And you want that duality in your character to show up, but you want the good to outweigh the bad. We're not perfect by any sense, but if I love you and I love you really good, then if I don't like you, it shouldn't feel good, of course, but it shouldn't feel like, oh my God, you know what I mean? It shouldn't be that dark energy. There's some people that I dislike, but I can still work with them. I have this ability to compartmentalize. I don't let it get away, like, away from me. So people think I'm lost and stuff. Like when we were having that issue on Storm, I just started laughing. I wasn't in a space that she was in, but I just felt like it was just funny that you can have so much emotion and hate towards somebody that you don't know. So how genuine is your love? If you can get that far down, how genuine can it be when you're on your highest? No.
Manipulate your emotions so much. And they manipulate your mind so much that they convince your mind that your emotions are so overwhelmingly powerful and unhealable. This is how they get you. This is how the demon of suicide gets you. They manipulate your mind into thinking that your emotions are real. Your emotions came from within you. It's not what happened to you. It's how you are processing it. Your emotions are your own inventions. Let me say that again. Your emotions are your own inventions. We create happiness. We create sadness. We create depression. We create miserability. All emotions come from the inside. This is Pastor Papa talking to you right now.
Yeah, we can tell. I can't take this serious because it looks like a theatrical. This man, let me explain this to you guys, okay? My son has autism, okay? He is on his third instrument, okay? He runs through instruments. I'll constantly be swapping him out. He'll probably be like Prince was, where he plays 11 instruments, okay? He has the ability to mimic things and not really understand the reason for it. So one of the things when he flew through, he was on a piano, he flew through the piano, then he went to the guitar, then he went to percussion. I got him a silent pad and he was rocking it out on that. But then he was like, he wanted something. I like the oboe. So I was like, we're gonna try oboe. Your mom, I played flute, but not like that. But I played it. But I was like, we're gonna try the bass clarinet, or we're gonna try the oboe, because I love the way the oboe sounds. Anyway, before I did that though, I had to stop, I had to pause, and I had to think about it. He has the ability to mimic things. Like, I don't know, I'm trying to explain it to you guys. It's almost like he doesn't understand the concept. He doesn't understand, like he can't read music or anything like that. So I have to slow him down so he will understand all aspects of it, because I know he can jump on an oboe and he'll master it. He'll jump on a sax, he'll master it. That's just how he is. But that's the savant. You see what I'm saying? It's the same way with math. He gets that from me. So he'll run up math. But you have to go back and make sure he understands the formula, because the higher you go up, then that formula has to be mimicked too. We're not orators. But if I was, or if I was an actor or something with the visual arts, if I have a savant in it, like Umar has a savant in oratory, so he can mimic, he can watch a Pastor Jake's, and then he can mimic Pastor Jake, but he can't pull that from a genuine place. He can only mimic it for a full mastery, or at least understand. Right, he doesn't have the understanding of it. Like some people have to go to school to understand the ups and downs of the way that the voice flows in order to captivate audience. He doesn't need to go through school or training for that. Umar has it automatically because it's part of him mimicking. Does that make sense? So he can do like MLK's speech. I have a dream, and his voice went up and then it goes down, and it puts you in this kind of like trance. And then some of the speeches are designed and they're wrote to get you inspired and get you up and get you energetic and ready to move. And then there are some ways that it can be done where it can manipulate you. It's same way with propaganda. So Umar has mastered certain things, but not because of the science of them. It's used to manipulate. So same way with psychology. He can focus on psychology and learn psychology, but he's more into learning the tricks of it versus understanding like how it truly works. And that leaves him limited when he gets with patients. He can't pull from a genuine space. Like when he does these teleconferences, there's no flow that he can follow. He has to pull from an organic place in order for it all to come together. And that's the art of him being a fabulous school psychologist. He doesn't have that. And if it's too far off the rails, he don't know how to deal with it. And he's horrible at it. So this is why he was not up in Philly. Like he can orate the shit out of it, but he's not up in Philly like the top black psychologist, child psychologist, because he can't do it from an organic place. He just has mastered the mimicking part. So when I'm listening to this, I'm seeing it. It's like I've watched the show so many times, or I've watched TD Jakes so many times, or Black Pastors so many times. I've learned how to do what they do, that theatrical thing that they do. And I may not understand why they do it, but I'm going to do it because that's what he does. He's mastered that part of it. And then us as Black people, we get entertained and excited about that. And I'm pretty sure with going to church with his mother, that was what caused him to get on orating. He saw the way the pastors were treated. And then he goes to psychology. He learns the way to manipulate with it, or why people like it. And then he walks around with the DSM, that one, and then he also walks around with the what is that book? The 48 Laws of Power. But there are other books that if you know about 48 Laws of Power, you should already have these books in your arsenal before you get to 48 Laws of Power. So that tells me he's not studying from an organic place, and that might be the wrong word to be using, but he's picking it up because he's trying to learn how to use these power struggles to manipulate or use them on other people. But that does not work unless you have true power. And Umar does not have true power. If you use those things and you don't have power, then you're going to cause a lot of damn problems in your life. And that came from somebody telling me that. I said, what do you think about that Robert Greene book? This was years before. And they told me that the only good that it does for Black people is to learn a strategy for every law, learn at least 3 strategies and learn how to pick up on the laws. But do not try to go out here and use the laws because we don't have any power. You're going to cause a problem for yourself. So let's go on.
Since past the Prince of Pan-Africanism, so if they come from inside you, if you created those negative emotions, you can destroy them as well.
Yeah,
that's the message.
Something like, it's one of those books that people have decided that it's going to give them like this ultimate way of looking at the board. But if your mind doesn't think strategic any damn way, what use are, and even if you do use, if you're combating power, you have to first be able to identify what power you are combating. And if you're not used to, or you don't have any proximity to power, there's no way that you're going to be able to identify it. So you just out here trying this shit that you done read in a book and getting yourself into bigger issues.
It's from the Almighty. If you created your negative emotions, you can destroy your negative emotions. Don't you ever let something you created make you think
it's it with his hand, like this finger and his thumb. You can see that that's a lot of Malcolm. Malcolm used to do that when he was talking, but he was actually talking from an organic place. Malcolm wasn't mimicking anyone else. Like when they hear, like you do a impression of Stevie Wonder, you're gonna rock side to side and do the smiling and stuff. Well, Stevie is blind, he can't see. He does whatever makes him feel good. But if I'm mimicking him, I'm going to mimic rocking and smiling and doing that. But that's not why Stevie does it. Umar has mastered the like doing impressions of people and mainly orators. I see he does a lot of Lumumba. I see a lot of Malcolm, a lot of Black Pastor, a lot of Malcolm, especially with this finger being moved from left to right, like he's bringing it up. You know what I'm saying?
It's more powerful than you. Don't you ever let something that you created. Don't you ever let something that you created make you think it's more powerful than you. Your emotions are your babies.
And that dragon of the essence of your baby. You know what I'm saying? To me, I can't, it's so obvious to me, I can't overlook it so he doesn't seem authentic to me. It's like he's playing a character, especially after he went out and sent all these headshots around the industry to try to get in movies and stuff like that. I just can't take him serious.
Your emotions are your babies, created from your mind to work against you. A negative emotion is a self-curse. I'm going to say it again.
And see that all of this is theatric. That the finger over the top lid, that's all theatrics. I can't.
A negative emotion is a self-curse. You are cursing yourself when you are repetitively sad. You are cursing yourself when you are repetitively angry. You are cursing yourself when you are repetitively depressed. You are cursing yourself when you keep on saying,
he's practicing this.
I can't improve my.
We're literally his guinea pigs, right? He's practicing this, and then he'll take his show on the road. Depending on how it works in their lives, he'll go out in front of them tonight and he'll do this.
Life.
That's why I say he's well.
That's not a fact.
Yeah.
Prove to me you can't improve your life. But what you need to understand is when you say it.
And even see that's theatrical. That's shaking up, that's pastors. If you ain't been to a Black church and see them do that, he's not authentic. He's not authentic. And y'all have to just watch somebody who's authentic and just watch how they talk. They don't care when they go into that moment where they really spitting, they're moving how they move. They're not trying to mimic anyone else.
You curse yourself. And when you say it over and over again, not only are you cursing.
And you know, I'm sorry, but you know this is a real thing, because if you watch the movie of Malcolm, when Denzel is portraying him, Denzel is doing these same hand movements. He's doing the same hand movements because that is how Malcolm used to talk. He's picking up to be an actor. He's trying to get into, but Umar, that's his savant.
Yourself, you are programming your unconscious to execute the curse.
Dragging an S.
Not only are you cursing yourself, you are programming your unconscious to execute the curse upon yourself. And then you say,
he sounds crazy. Are y'all listening to this shit? I know I done stopped it a few times, but are y'all listening to this? He sounds like he is out of his damn mind. He says some good things in this, but you can tell nothing was put into this man when he was younger, because he can't speak from that place. He never says, my mama used to say, my grandma used to say, my daddy used to say. It's never a part of anything that he
must be the devil. Let me tell you this about the spirits of evil. In Ifa, we don't believe in a supreme evil being, so there's no devil per se, but there are spirits of adversity. And the word devil, the original word for devil, when you translate it from the original language in which the Bible was written, it means adversary. The word Satan means adversary. And in Ifa, we believe in the adversarial spirits. They exist.
That is true.
They are here to detour you from your destiny, the adversaries. That adversary of anger, that adversary of depression, that adversary of suicide. It is here to detour you from your destiny. If you created the negative emotion, you can eliminate it.
But nothing from a place that he was taught. This is all things that he has compiled over reading different things, and he feels like he's cooking right now. He thinks he's cooking. He's spitting facts right now. And to somebody else that has never had anything poured into them, they will think that he's cooking too. But we all had better talks from our parents. If you had parents that were like that, I could put my mama on here. She could get somebody together. He doesn't pull from any of that. And then here we go with that finger on the top lip.
But you're not going to be able to eliminate those curses if you keep hanging around people who support your self-cursing. Some of y'all got brothers and sisters who support your self-cursing. They help you stay angry. They help you stay.
This is a man that stood up and called his sister a witch. Boy, he's a piece of work, man.
Negative. They help you stay depressed. They help you stay suicidal. Yes.
Yes.
It might be your wife. It might be your husband. It might be your fiance. It might be your best friend. It might be a coworker. Stay away from people who have negative thoughts about you, because they are cursing you as you curse yourself. I don't want to be around nobody who don't like me. I don't want them coming to my lectures. I don't want them coming to nothing. I don't want to be around forces of evil.
And he's always talking about this. He is always talking about negative people. He's paranoid. He is freaking paranoid. No, he's just talking. He think he cooking. Umar reminds me of that in Living Color skit Damon Wayans did. Yeah. Yeah. You talking about, what's his name? Oswald Bates or whatever. He reminds me of Denzel trying to get in character for Malcolm. And then when he took that picture with the glasses and he had his finger up on his temple, the thinking pose that Malcolm, he mimics everything. The more you research into your history and you look at him, you can literally see all of these different people at different times. Are you saying he's not that calculating or smart? He's not. He's not. If you take him away from this, there's nothing that I could say that he can tell you that's really profound. You think I'm lying? Text him and ask him. It'll be something really, something like a cliche or something. It won't be anything profound, nothing heartfelt. It's just not from an organic place. It's just some shit that would have been on a meme or something. He does not give good advice at all. That's why he's always asking people for their advice. I promise you. I'm just giving people insight. I'm not trying to act like I know, but I'm just saying, if you watch him with these ideas, you'll start to see the person like he is offline. And then you'll see that this is a character, and you'll see that none of this shit makes any sense. I don't know how people follow him. I'm going to show y'all who I follow.
I don't want to be around adversarial spirits, and you shouldn't want to be around adversarial spirits. Don't you let no spirit you created manipulate.
But he's talking about another woman that was born that's closer to him, she was on her live talking about how, unhappy and stuff that she is. A man is not going to make you happy. You have to come into that happy. No woman is going to, that's his problem. No woman is going to be there to make you happy. You have to be a happy person and go out and look for someone happy. You're not going to find it. It's not anybody's responsibility to make you happy. Now, people can add to your joy, just like they can take away. But that's not their job in order to pick you up out of a space. That's why I was telling y'all about self-talking. When you talk to yourself, you have to lift yourself up. It'll sound corny in the beginning when you try it. Even with the affirmations, I'm a big believer in those, because it'll teach you what to say to yourself. And then when you drop something, like I've dropped things and I'll be like, oh, you know what I'm saying? But you don't want to say what I said that other girl has. You don't want to talk to yourself like that. That makes me think, like, are you repeating what your mother used to say to you? Do you really believe that about yourself? People make mistakes. You got to be okay with making a mistake. And I'm going to tell you, people be out here talking about me and they really think that stuff bothers me. It doesn't, because my inner voice, and it's not like I'm delusion, like, oh, she's not picking up. It has nothing to do with that. My inner voice is louder, and I look for it before I look for anybody else. Now, I know when I get into a place where I got to do a checkup from the neck up. When I start to see more than one person, not in this situation out here, but in life, if more than one person is bringing something to me, then I'll be like, you know what? This might be something I need to take a look at. But I keep solid people around me that tell me the truth. Be like, do you think? And they'll be like, yeah, you was kind of tripping with that. And I'll be like, oh, okay. And let me dial it back. You don't want to listen to that inner voice over all of the outside voices, though. You know what I'm saying? But you do want it to be encouraging. You are your own best friend. There is nobody out here in this world that's going to fuck with you like you. And if you have turmoil inside of you, where your inner voice is telling you you were stupid, you should have known, you should have, all of that other stuff, you're in a bad place. The mind is a very, very, very powerful, powerful place. That's why so much of the battle starts there. The mind, if the mind is not together, nothing else is going to work out for you. You got to sit down, you got to get your mind together. But here's another thing. This is what most people don't understand. A sick mind can't cure itself. You got to go somewhere to get the seed, you know what I'm saying, introduced. You can build from that, and you might have to take and you have to learn, you got to practice. You might have to go somewhere where it drowns out your inner voice when it's negative, just so you can start to pick up the tone. So that's when you keep solid as people around you. He focuses on negative far too much. That's because he has not surrounded himself with solid as people. He's constantly worried and paranoid. He can't focus on what he's supposed to be doing. He's always worried about the negative or the paranoid part of things because he has not secured his borders. If you got a solid ass team around you, they'll keep you. They'll keep you. And you treat them good. You treat them the best. Because even if you go down, let's say you having a mental health day, and I really miss the person, I miss Jay, because I used to have this girl that helped me out with things, but she went on to college, she couldn't do as much as but Jay held me down. When I couldn't show up for myself to go and do things and stuff, and this didn't have nothing to do with what's going on right now, it's just I had a lot on my plate. She would take them calls. She would, go pick things up. But if we had to get new packaging for what we had going on, she'd see to that. She held me down. And then when I got right, I got my mind right, and I got back on track, I jumped back up and I got back on the road. But I treated Jay great, because when you do need those moments, you want people to keep your perimeters, your borders locked and sound. He doesn't have that. He doesn't have people watching his back. Like when all this shit gets to be too much, he don't have people watching his back. The paranoia is overbearing. Yes, I'm a speed this along.
Your mind into thinking your pain is unbearable. You want to talk about pain? You think your pain is something, don't you? You think your pain is something. What about the pain?
Everybody's pain is real to them. You can't tell anybody that their pain is less than what it is. In comparison, is a thief of joy for that reason. If you're going through something, I can't say, hey, you need to snap out of it. People have it worse than you. A lot of times that doesn't comfort.
Pain of our ancestors.
Here we go.
Imagine somebody defecating in your mouth. Imagine somebody violating your wife in front of your face. Imagine being pregnant and still have to work out on the fields. Imagine somebody unaliving your child in front of your face because you don't want to give it away. You don't know pain until you know the pain of our ancestors. And no matter what you've been through, African, no matter what you've been through, African, nothing you are going through, have been through, will go through, can begin to compare to what our ancestors went through.
Yeah, he's just
you ain't seen pain until you've seen the pain of our ancestors. You haven't known pain until you've known the pain of our ancestors. So when you think you are at your last, I want you to close your eyes and think of a Harriet Tubman. When you think you at your last, I want you to close.
Yeah, he's delusional. He's off. He's delusional. He's delusional. One does not overdo the other. Everybody's shit is real.
Your eyes and think of a Nat Turner. When you think you at your last, I want you to close your eyes and think of a Sojourner Truth or a Booker T. Washington. I want you to close your eyes and think of a Ida B. Wells. You think of the enslaved ancestors in your own lineage. When you get down, you remember those who suffered and went through an undescribable, unbearable, unmerciful pain so you could be here today. So you mean to tell me your ancestors went through a hell that no dictionary can describe? Your ancestors went through a hell that no encyclopedia can describe. Your ancestors went through a hell that no museum can accurately articulate. And they went through that hell so we could be here today. And you mean to tell me after your ancestors went through a hell that no other people have ever faced?
I couldn't understand my parent bringing this to me. I just could not understand if I brought something to him and I was going through something emotional, and this is what my parent hit me with. I would not feel seen. I would not feel validated. I wouldn't feel any of those good things. This is just completely
so that you can be here.
Disconnected.
You would try to take your life when you haven't been through half of what they've been through? Stop cursing yourself with negative emotions. Stop believing your negative emotions. Your mind is not your friend. Your soul is your friend. Your mind is not your friend. Your mind is a computer that was programmed by your parents, your family, your peers, and the white man.
Right, so you got to deprogram it and reprogram it, but you got to take good care of your mind.
And your mind will produce thoughts and encourage emotions that are largely influenced by the programming of your mother, your father, your family, and your society. So if your mother and your father were not psychologically and spiritually healthy, your mind is probably not psychologically and spiritually healthy. If the society you live in is not psychologically and spiritually healthy, your mind is.
This coming from somebody who you can't get shit through and don't listen to nobody. The self-talk on this is gotta be crazy.
It's probably not psychologically and spiritually healthy. If your extended family, your aunts and uncles and cousins and nieces and nephews and your church and your masjid and your temple, if they were not spiritually healthy in childhood, you're probably not spiritually healthy. Don't you go around believing everything your mind tells you. Your mind is a computer that generates thoughts, ideas, and emotions from the content programmed into it while you were a child.
Oh, God. In a way, this is correct, but we as we go on and we do better, we deprogram that and we put good things in. If it's bad stuff, we don't keep that stuff and operate with that as adults, or you shouldn't be. Do the work before you even go out here dating or anything else. Do your work. Do the work that you got to do and get yourself together. Because you shouldn't be operating with the same voices in your head that were there when you were a child.
Use your mind to solve problems. Your mind is for the use of practical problem solving. You use your mind to solve problems in the real world. You don't use your mind to solve spiritual problems. You have to go to the soul for that. Stop listening to your mind when it gives you advice about spiritual issues. Your mind cannot give you advice about spiritual issues because your mind is the kingdom of the ego, and the ego only care about problems.
What the hell was that? Oh my God. But he's right on
And
that.
victories. Your ego only cares about problems and victories. That's why all day long, all you thinking about is problems and victories. The bills you gonna pay, the woman your husband sleeping with, the man your girlfriend sleeping with, problems. And you think about what? Victories. I'm going to get my hair done. I'm going to get me some new Jordans.
Those are negative things, though. Those are all negative things or simple things. Most people shouldn't be meditating on that shit at all.
Going on vacation. I'm going to the Cardi B concert in Philly last night. That's all your mind cares about. Past and future. Your mind don't live in the present. Only the soul can do that. Your mind don't want nothing to do with the here and the now. You know why? Because right here and right now, you don't have a problem. Right here and right now, you don't have a triumph. Right here and right now, you simply are. You are without any problems and without any victories. Your ego don't like to deal in the present, because in the present, you can only be at peace. And the ego doesn't identify with peace. The ego identify with problems and triumphs.
That's why we don't put that much emphasis on the ego. Pride and ego, that'll be your greatest fall. That shouldn't even be in the equation.
Why am I yelling? Block.
I was wondering the same thing.
I love you too, Big Dog Cookie. I love you too, my.
I'm gonna exit out of that because this. I do want to show you guys who I follow. If anybody knows who I've been tuned. Oh wait a minute, I can't. A BB Toombe is, but that's just the name of the African. But Benefo Cambon, I love him. So I'm gonna just show a little bit of him in case somebody is looking for something that is more uplifting. I don't like listening to Umar because I didn't listen to him when I was messing with him because he's just. Let me find something. This is. Let me find something else. This is him on. What's right?
Peace and love, family. Welcome to another powerful discussion with your sister, Dr. Ma'at. Before we get to
it, talks about it, it's gonna be on point. Hold on, let me put it through. You can just pick anything.
Tonight's show.
Wait a minute. Where is it?
I don't like calling it a show. Discussion. Before we get tonight's discussion started, family, you know I always like to bring forth to the community.
A whole lot of this.
$1 million is not the payment for that. It's not about, for me, reparations. It's about retribution. So that's a different thing. Okay. But yeah, in terms of, you and I have spoken about just the term African, and we're going to go into that as well. That one, that's a Roman term. So what we used to call ourselves in classical Kemet was Kemetiu, which translates to Black people. I'm actually going to talk about this, thing that you're describing going on. But essentially, all of these things are, on cesspool media, because the ones who own the cesspool media platforms are the ones who make sure that the algorithm in blues keeps it going. Right. So we know for a fact that during COVID, if you said something about vaccines they didn't like, they would shut down the hashtag. They would shut down your account.
Absolutely.
Like that. Anything that they see is not in their interest, they can shut it down just like that. So you have to ask yourself, why are they not shutting down? I'm one fragment and I'm against another fragment. Why will they never shut that down? Because it works in their own interest to make sure that now, instead of Hutus versus Tutsis, or Bloods versus Crips, now they have the continental versus diaspora. And the same way that this is what got us into this position in the first place is I think I'm one fragment and I think you're another fragment. I call myself, Asante. You call yourself Anglo. You know, I call myself Yoruba. You call yourself, Fon. I call myself this. I call myself that. So we think that we're all fragments, but at the end of the day, they're saying, get in the boat. Whatever you get in the boat.
Right, that part of Benko.
Trying to tell people that.
So let's go into the presentation. You mentioned the power of language, and that's definitely something that can speak to, because it's an entirely different world once you speak, the language. And you have people who can come here and they'll be here for however long, they won't learn anything.
His father, Cameron, was a powerful speaker too. They're just in. When you watch him, if you're interested in any of it, when you watch him, definitely have a notebook and a pen ready, because you're gonna learn some stuff. You gonna learn some stuff, and it ain't gonna be nothing that Umar's talking about. It's not gonna be none of that. You gonna learn some stuff. I learned so much from this man. I'm gonna play a little bit more, and then I'm gonna wrap it up here, because I've kept you guys for a while.
But again, it's an entirely different language. So that's why on the BB Tumi since 2006, we've been teaching Chi online, Yoruba, Wolof. Chi is what I teach at the University of Ghana. I also teach Yoruba, Wolof, Medu-Neter. I also teach Medu-Neter at the University of Ghana. Because it's very important. It's an entire worldview shift. And this is even to the point that when you say African, it doesn't mean anything. Even the Romans, where we got the term from, you can't break it down. You have I've come across at least 12 proposed etymologies of where it may come from. Ifriqiya, Ifran, Afrique. We can go through all of those different proposed etymologies, but none of them tell you what the word Kemet tells you. This is the land of Black people. And once you understand the significance of names for us, then it tells you this is why back in classical Kemet, we built walls, which are referenced in a text called Sanhat, to keep non-Blacks out of the land of Black people. Also, those walls are referenced in the priority of Imahu Neferti about keeping non-Blacks out of the land of Black people. We didn't call them whites, we called them Almu, which has a connotation of foreignness, or we call them Sechetiu, which is anyone who is not Black, who comes from that continent that we now know as Eurasia, that all of them are Sechetiu. So it's very important for us to have our own names, because you hear a lot of people say, oh, we should have our own names. They're going to change their name from Larry or, Donna or whatever to, names of our own people. And we're willing to conceive of that on an individual level, but we've fallen behind in terms of doing it on a collective level. And it's just as important, because when we look at classical Kemet, when we call ourselves Kemetiu, that translates to Black people. And we were most successful when we said, you know what, we're all Black people and we have common non-Black enemies, right? We were most successful in Haiti when we did the same thing. We were most successful in Jamaica when we said cleave to the Black, right? We were most successful when we decided, you know what, we're all one. We're all Black people and we have common non-Black enemies, and we're going to whoop that non-Black behind. And our enemies know this. The ones who are on cesspool media saying, I'm a fragment, you're a different fragment. The crackers know this. They know that, oh, if you start saying we're all one thing and let's whoop that cracker behind. And that's my problem with the thing of people saying, oh, Africans, so Africans, amongst other things, is that the problem was we didn't see, like, even they're trying to say, oh, the issue is that, oh, I'm an African, you're an African, and you betrayed us. We're all Africans.
I hate to break Paul's knowledge, but let me show you guys this, because Umar.
The problem is, I thought I'm a fragment.
He's the only person. He's already built his school. And it's nice. It's really nice. Is this it? It's called, let me see. I used to have it saved. I know it's not on here. Here it is.
Presentations on agricultural power today, on military power.
You talking about somebody that put serious thought into a school.
Aspect of what power is all about for Black people. And this is really the new paradigm shift, going from raising consciousness, where we just give lectures, oh, one day you people should do for each other, oh, one day we will do good, or one day, no, we're done with that. This is raising behavior. Raising behavior is that Kantanka that you see sitting right there. You know what I'm saying? Raising behavior is building with laterite blocks, right? This is the style of our ancestors.
The house, this
Raising
is
game
the house.
Conference.
This is the school that they're standing.
Black Power Conference, the first one, Black Power Conference 2023. That is the maiden one. It's a conference that Dr. Cambon
It's
and
so
others
nice in there. Look at the
together
doors.
to empower the Africans or African descendants all over the world to come and join together to promote Africa to the next level. Let's Africans know ourselves and let's Africans get together. And one thing is, they said, if Africans all over the world in different places, we come to me, how to TV, kindly subscribe and follow us. And you are, if you also and our old ordinance that Net TV, ABB to me conference, which is the Black Power Conference 2023. And it has,
that's the school.
Listen to what he has to say. This is the first conference of ABB to me power. And
I'm trying to see if this they're showing it.
Sometimes it's very difficult to have, usually from the British Council chairs, they're doing it or really talk about Black Power and have a discourse on Black Power. We have to be independent. You know, they have these programs about decolonizing the academy and decolonize this that are funded by Mellon Foundation. Like, it's almost a joke when you think about these things. So Bibi Tumi is about really walking the talk. If you're talking about decolonization, it was built by the princes. Black people exclusively can come and discuss our issues. We had this presentation of power, really the new people should do for your behavior. Raising came all the way for all of these things. Any money that comes in, it goes directly to Black people. You understand? If we're talking about Black power, and then you see me come in driving a Mercedes Benz, what are we talking about? It's like talking about, oh yeah, we should support Made in Ghana, and you see me in a BMW. What type of contradiction is that? It's about really being about what we say that we're about through what we wear, through the language that we speak. We're having translation. Anything that's said in English is being translated into Chi. Anything that's said into Chi is being translated into English. So one idea with Abibi2.
That's not the video. It's a video where he's describing.
Talk about African spirituality, but I'll ask a bit
Of Benin who are doing amazing things.
You're robbing them of their
Well, I might have to do a show on it because
then they become powerless.
Let's say 1,500.
I want to get
infused into that.
And talk about.
So I know Jumbo, and that's it. So I say if we.
Sorry, I know that was loud. I wanted you guys to see like all of the thought that this man has put into this house, or not into the house, but the school is phenomenal. Even to the doors of it. It's just amazing. The windows, how he constructed the pillars. It's just amazing. It's so much thought. It's so much put into it. You know, it was just a beautiful, beautiful thing. And watching what's going on over here with what the hell Umar is doing, I don't know what, I don't get it. I didn't follow him. That's why I didn't know who he was. I really wish that I could find this for you guys so you can see it. Like, it's really interesting. Maybe I'll be able. That's some BS. Oh, well. Everybody's outside of it, but there's. I used to watch it, and I don't know where it is now. Maybe they took it down. But it was amazing. And it'll give you like that special feeling that you felt when this project first started. Like they really, really, they really put a lot of work into this. I don't know why he keeps. Oh, this might be it. No, this ain't it. Well, I tried. I did try to. I tried to find it for you guys. Maybe I'll have to look it up and do like showcase it. We're just gonna do stuff like this until I can shake off the haters, because I'm nowhere interested in. And then this is another thing, or should be something to people. I would hope. I hate to think, because I don't. This is a place I never saw Umar, and I pray they don't link up with him, or I've never really paid it too much. They all talk about the same things, but they don't talk about him, and I pray he gets nowhere near this, because this is done beautifully. I like the way it is, but he's a brilliant brother.
Okay. Process of thinking of a drink. I was like, I shouldn't feel guilty.
Much. There ain't no 5-5 thick in the thighs. It ain't no BS. It's just all facts. It's all information. I know that they're doing the decade, the repatriation decade, but I am really looking for this video, because if y'all see it, y'all gonna fall in love with it. I promise you. The way that they did this school was so amazing. I didn't even know that it existed. I was just over looking at something. Got the mouse in the way, sorry. That's his daughter, married man, keeps his family. No BS over here. Same things, but without all of the extra weird stuff. And this is for like, this is a beautiful thing, watching him and his family. But this is for people that want all of the facts, all of the good, and none of that extra commercialized BS. Is this
one thing that I don't like about Ubuntu is that it basically becomes a technology. Okay, let's all of their, I'll spell, social, but like the whites are the upper class and the blacks are of the spider who wove the web.
But oh Lord, I got scared. I thought he was in with them. But yeah, it's completely separated from anything Umar's on, and they're on the real actual stuff. So if you are tapped in, you don't like, you're not with the conscious community, but you are interested in, you're like in alignment with, then you don't have to worry about the extra, the weird stuff like that, overlooking things that are wrong and all that. This shows the door.
This is Albin for Badale Kanban. And I know a lot of you have been following this story about Fubu Wednesday, what happened in Zambia and all of that. And I know this is gonna,
but it tells you why the door looks like that. He tells you why the colors, they pick the colors, all of that stuff. he's a teacher. He is truly a scholar. Anything that you want to know why, you're gonna figure it out, or you're not gonna have to figure it out. He's gonna tell you. He explains everything. This is dope. So if you guys ever want to watch something, the bedroom colonization, that is dope. I've watched that before, and it's a good video. I didn't mean to have you guys up here, but I'm gonna end it because I can't find the video. I'm just running through YouTube over here trying to look for that video, but I'll find it and I'll do a show on it because it's really something amazing. And I guess with that, we'll just leave it as it is. We're just gonna we're just trying to keep everybody entertained. I'm probably not going to go live until the weekend because I have a lot of stuff going on right now. But I'll be back some other time to go over it. Sorry, I'm still looking for that video. Okay, well, I want to tell everybody I appreciate them for watching and coming over and chiming in. And I will try to find the video for you guys and then I'll post it up. But yeah, this is a good one. Okay, I hope everybody has a good day tomorrow or later on in the day today. And be positive, speak life, be encouraged, and all of those beautiful things. All right, peace. Let's see if this